Hello, everyone. Now you can hear me. Now I'm not just running my hand right into the, I'm not just running my hand right into the box. Also, let me turn this music down a bit. Over to there. Okay. Hello, I'm properly here now. It's always an adventure because, my computer is over here on my left. It's over there. So I'm looking in that direction, but the camera's over here to my right if I'm looking at that. Anyway, hi. We have some Lego to put together. Kind of got this as a Christmas present to myself. And, with just about every Lego set I get, it's more fun to put it together for y'all, so I'm just going to dig in. Also been propping this up with the controller, so we're going to get that out of the way. Also, I hope the lighting is okay. For some reason, maybe it's too much light for this camera, but it seems dull to me, but it might be better when there's not a mostly black box here. But yeah, this is their botanical collection. No, they also have, like, flowers that you can put in a vase, although they don't sell a vase. And also, we could do a springtime, like, cherry blossom and pink frog for reasons version of this. This is probably the version we're going to finish with, but we'll go through and at least have everything assembled. Also, last night after my D&D game, I got all this stuff set up, and my chair kept sitting down, and trying to turn it over to see if there was something on the back, I pinched that ever-loving heck out of this finger, so I'm doing this injured. Oh, okay. A loose piece in there. Right, we have numbered bags. That must be the dirt, I'm assuming, in the pot. 4, so 4 is our green leaves. Six, so I guess it's probably the actual tree. Oh, 5 is our pink leaves and pink frogs. Here's 2. Oh, the instructions, which are bagged, which is interesting. Oh, we have another one of these boards, which I think these are like vines on the tree. Everything? That's everything. Just 6 bags. Also, let me rotate this camera. Flip this around for you. There we go. It looks a little silly, but this way you're seeing it the way I'm seeing it. You're not seeing it upside down. The angle's a little funny. I was trying to do not quite overhead, but it didn't work out. So a little funky, but now you're seeing as if the camera's over my head as opposed to sitting opposite me. If this is not the way you like it, let me know. Yeah, and obviously with these kits that are numbered, we're going to take them one number at a time. Also, I lucked out because I guess Amazon sometimes shoot. I guess sometimes they just package this really terribly, like really terribly. So well, there is a lot of information in here. Oh, where's this? Where's my brick separator? Ah, it's in bag 1. Okay. So some of these pieces are actually made from sugarcane, specifically the leaves, these white leaves, and there are some branches in one of these that are actually from they're actually made from sugarcane. Sustainable material. Okay. So we're gonna start. Looks like or at least the base and the trunk is all 1, 2, and 3. So At least open bag 1. I don't know if I open all of them at once, or if there's going to be a point. Oh no, okay. Nope, we're gonna just start by opening bag 1. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I don't really have a plan to do anything after this. Probably just however long this takes will be the stream. I am kind of rocking a bit of a headache, so apologies, I don't have like a game planned after this. Start getting this out. This is our good old brick separator. Those are super handy to have. It looks a little bluer on the camera, at least to me. It's a really nice, actually, like blue-green, like tealy color. I really like it. Because all the other ones I've gotten have been black or orange, so I like one that fits a little more thematically. Okay. At least flatten this out a bit. I don't tend to like, unless I'm rebuilding, I don't tend to like, I'm ahead, actually. That's what's screwing me up. Okay. Yeah, going, man, there's a lot built in this first step. But no, I also have this wrong. Here we go. We have 6 of these to go all around it. Also, if I've got any friends in the chat today that want to hang out in voice chat, I think I've got the problem fixed. Just let me know. I can start a voice chat. Like I said, I've said this before, but I've changed it so you have to have a certain role in my chat to even see the voice chat. And I'm hoping that will fix the problems that we've had in the past. That Connects build, though, was cursed. One of them has a broken piece, the other one just doesn't run as well as you might hope it would. Which that is down to design, honestly. It's just the chain doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay. And for obvious reasons, that one is gone. That playthrough, or that build is gone, and I genuinely am considering if I want to track down and buy a replacement piece for the Ferris wheel, or if I just want to, like, sell them. Because, like, I forgot how fiddly especially the roller coaster. I forgot how fiddly they are, like, in comparison. Anyway, it looks like we're building up the base of the pot for the bonsai tree. I also have no idea where this is going, by the way. I mentioned that to Joe. It's like, I don't know where in the wall or where anywhere else I'm actually going to display this. I just genuinely don't know. Ah, shoot. Oh, 2 things. One, I forgot my captions again. I don't know why I've been so bad this week. I'm forgetting my captions. There we go. Mary Bell. Perfect. There we go. I know sometimes I'm not the clearest speaker, but the captions call me out on it. Alright. Yeah, okay. End of the 1, 2, yeah. 5, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm realizing that where I've got the instruction book is actually covered up by the captions, so. Oh, I missed the background. Hold on. I need to make this all a folder, but let me get all of that over here, where it's not really covering up anything super important and you can actually see the instructions. You know, if you want to follow along, I know they're far and they're a little warped just because of the camera angle, but, you know, if people want to see them. going to build this up. I'm assuming probably this is just going to get filled, like after we get the trunk on, with everything in bag 3, is my guess. It's going to be another one of those instructions where it's just going to be pour. More of these long boys here. Doesn't feel like it's going to be a particularly tough build, I have to say. And I don't hate that. I'm okay with a nice easy build once in a while, even if it's a lot of pieces. I would say not all being used because a bunch of them are leaves that we can change. So it'll be very tempting to buy another one so I can have them both showing at the same time. Okay. So again, we have a nice oh wow, okay. Just around the entire outside with ease to give it some shape. And it looks like we're building the base of a pot for the bonsai. What's going on with you? There we go. I'll cooperate. Yeah, this was like on my list, but I didn't get it. But I did get an Amazon gift card, so why not? It just showed up in the mail yesterday. But it, of course, it also showed up at like 11:30, so it was after when I normally start. And I had a headache, so I had a headache. It was also out. Like, we've got things we need to do, so like things around the house, so we'll handle that stuff. And also woke up at like 5:30 that morning, so even though I'd gone to bed a little early, I was feeling it. Okay, I think one more hiding. Oh, there it is. I see the last one's here. And all of these to seal this in. And then more sealing it in here. Also adding a little strength because we're... Not that I think these pieces need it, but we're covering up the overlaps. Okay, and... Oh, we're gonna make feet, which are actually going to be tires, which I've never seen before. This is a new experience for me. Wondering what the tires were for, but now I know. And we have an extra. In case one goes flat, I suppose. Spare. Whoa, hey, nope, there it is. I've said it before, but it's not me putting together Lego until I've dropped a piece on the floor. I actually don't know if that made it to the floor. I'm not sure if I trapped it well enough or not. So we'll need those. We'll need the piece I just dropped that I don't know where it is. Literally don't know where that went. Be careful. Chairs, I don't like crush it. If I crush it, then this whole thing is busted. Don't know where that went. That's a minor problem. Okay. I might need my phone. Here we go. Flashlight. See what I can find. It is a little dark, obviously, under the table, despite all the lights I've got going. Did it end up under here? Nope. Where in the heck did you go? Might be under my chair. No, not under my chair. That thing went and vanished on me. It's not in the chair, is it? No. You think a piece of black plastic would be easy to see against a brown carpet, but the thing is hiding. Alright. Sorry. That a bit lower. See if I can see where this wound up. But you kind of need it. It is kind of an important piece. Not that Lego rarely has unimportant pieces in it, but... Oh my god, it went across... It went under the entire table. It's on the other side of the table. That's why I couldn't find it. Rolled. There we go. Apologies for that, y'all. No, still dropping frames occasionally. Super rare, but I still occasionally drop in frames. Weird. Okay, back in my chair. Okay. I will also take my phone out of my pocket. Just in case something comes through. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Whoop. The box here just so I can throw extra bags in it. I keep knocking it over. Alright. Back to what we were doing. Whoop. Put all these feet on. In the correct spaces. I almost didn't do. Oh. With that, we have our... Ooh, I like that because of the tires, it doesn't move that easily. It stays pretty solid, so. Okay with that. Alright. We're going to need our vines. We need bag 2. For now, we can actually set that aside. Oh, okay. I see which pieces they were talking about earlier. That's kind of a cool piece. I like a little seesaw. These little Lego twigs, I'm going to hold one up to the camera. Bring it in the center of my hand so you can actually see it. Well, Lego twigs are plant-based. They're made of sugarcane. Kinda neat. Okay. Start with this plate. Pick a direction that it's going. This way. Stick with the instructions. Okay. And these. Oh, like chocolate bar looking pieces. On either side. I like to use these for gold bars. Just by the shape. I feel like normally they'd be like gold bars, but they kind of look like chocolate. It's just because of the brown they're using. Okay. L-shaped piece, which I'm not seeing yet, at least. Oh, here we go. Here's our L. Another one of these. It goes the other way, so the L's still line up. These guys... Yeah, one of these guys here. Yep, this one goes on top of that, facing this way. I'm guessing these claws are what start the assembly for the trunk. Yes. Oh, And we're starting the assembly of the trunk. Alright, here we go. Start building the trunk of our tree now that we have a vase to put it in. Oh, no, it's supposed to be there. Okay. I'll try and put it in the middle for some reason. Ooh, and we got this little blue, which is the same blue-green as the separator. Also, again, if you've never seen one of these separators before, it's so convenient to just stick it on, just pop pieces off. And then also if you have, you know, like Technic stuff, it has an axle for that. Or if you can't get in that way, like if these were stuck together on a big plate, just wedge them apart with the pry on the bottom. This is like the most convenient tool you can have if you're doing Lego. And a lot of the big sets come with one. I think I actually wound up buying my own because I didn't know that that they came with bigger sets. I just wasn't buying like big sets at the time. Need this guy. Oh no, okay, I'm looking for the wrong thing. I don't see what I need. Oh, it's where's your friends? There's your friends. There's even a brown frog. So the frogs are apparently a trademark of the designer. Put frogs into his layout, so like half of the cherry blossoms on the tree are actually frogs. Some people are not or weren't happy with that fact. Got like really heated about the fact that they're frogs and not just pieces. Which to me is like the weirdest thing to get mad about, but I'm gonna get mad about whatever. You know, it's creative and it's unique. So I can't be mad at it. And like Joe pointed out, if I hadn't mentioned that they were frogs, at least in the picture, she wouldn't have noticed that they were in fact frogs. Okay, so that's this step so far. So are those really dark? Let me see if I can turn it up in the camera settings. Oh, that helps. Less contrast too. Oh, that was part of the problem. It's just I had so much contrast. There we go. And that's a little too saturated, maybe, but. But mess with all those settings again when it's face cam. Because like especially the plot seems to catching some weird light and there's black. At least you can like see what we're putting together and stuff. These, I think. I must have two of these, but where they are also. Throw my bags away. Oh, here's the other one. These go underneath. Connects to that. It's actually at an angle, which is kind of neat. Need to put something together here. Kind of attached. Kind of, sort of. Part of the problem is just that, like, again, the saturation is a little higher on the camera. Not quite so saturated IRL, but I noticed this piece. Okay. It's just a lot of brown. It's just a lot of light brown and dark brown, and sometimes, honestly, I feel that sometimes the colors of Lego manuals are hard to see. in my opinion. And sometimes it's hard to differentiate the colors. I'm not colorblind, so you know, it's just like sometimes the design decisions of the manuals themselves can be a little lacking, in my opinion. It somehow attaches to the side, but I don't entirely understand how. What is this attached to? Oh, it just... Okay, never mind. I got it. It's actually on the side here. Oh, and there was one more of these, actually. Goes there. We'll cover up more of the along the root system. Or the very base of the tree, I suppose. Okay. And, yep. Do it again in reverse. Interestingly, we're actually going to start with this guy. Need another one of those home base looking pieces. Here it is. Okay, there we go. And that's more of our tree. It looks like we're building up more. Get one of these guys. The backside of the curve. That because to add more. If you're hanging out, if you're planning to do something like MagFest, please be safe, because I know Mag itself is like DC, I'm pretty sure is in a state of emergency. That doesn't have a support yet. We're not going to touch. Yeah, like DC is in a state of emergency because of Omicron and how ridiculously contagious this version is. And then on top of that, they just got a ton of snow to the point where people were stranded on the highway for like a day. So be careful if you're going. I would personally say don't, but you know. I would say we're not done with this yet. And that it's not a wise move to go to a convention full of people. It just feels like it's gonna, you know, just get sick from conventions anyway. I mean, I've been fairly lucky in that I've never gotten a big like con crud rundown, but like it happens to the point where we literally have a term for it called con crud. Just be safe out there, you know? Just be safe. If you're planning to go to a big convention this week or you're presenting at a big convention, just stay safe. Stay masked up the entire time. Like, wash your hands frequently, you know. Just try to be smart about it as best you can. You know, it's a good time to limit hugging your friends as much as I know. I'm sure you want to hug all your friends. Just exercise caution. I guess it's the big thing. Just exercise caution. Here's our hidden frog. This little guy. Alright, then I'm guessing this is going on this part where we haven't put anything. pinch my fingers anymore, man. I have done enough of that. Okay, so this is actually going right on top of this. Continuing the curve. That's cool. I like that. You know, for being bricks, this is doing a great job of being curved and kind of organic. I love it. I love it already. I think this is supposed to be. I wonder what's going to go here. If anything. If that's going to be covered up by anything there. Okay. This and then this. Yeah, along the lines of what I was just talking about. Like, for me personally, PAX tickets have gone on sale, PAX East, and it's like, even though that's 4 months out, I don't feel safe going, so I'm not gonna. I've talked about with my D&D party about meeting up, like, off-site somewhere. It's like going to a restaurant or, you know, some sort of, you know, like adventure pub type thing. Obviously not, unfortunately not the actual adventure pub. Oh, that's why that was uneven, so we could cover up where this is uneven. Just a back plate to finish out the curve of the back of the tree. That's super clever. I'm really enjoying this set, by the way. Okay, so all of these need... These are like main trunks. Or main branches, I should say. I kind of feel like pretzels. That same kind of, you know, cylindrical shape. But yeah, we talked about going to like a restaurant and seeing if we can have a session and actually meet up. Because for some of us, it's going to be like the first time we've gotten to meet, period. Like for me, I've only met one person in our D&D party. Oh, that's for these. So it's going to... up here. Meet this one. Wrap around the front of the tree, because those vines I was talking about are back. Sure. There we go. Those are little vines for the front of the tree. Cool. Well, I kind of like the wrap of that vine. Oh, and it's actually the first... Apparently, it's the first time that these vines have appeared in this kind of reddish-brown. That's neat. Okay. So I'm taking a second to see what they want. This... Oh, that's what this piece is exposed for, I guess. I think. Here, so we're actually going to push the vines over a little more. And grab this piece here, because these are roots. It's going to attach to this part that's sticking out. definitely gives us a purpose for this. Go. Not quite flush, but I think that'll probably be covered up by all of the dirt and stuff. And then, oh, these were originally elephant trunks. That's cool. That's some great reusing of pieces. Nice. Okay. Then we can slap that down right there. We have our roots kind of sort of in place. You know, they don't go over a stud or anything, but they're in place. I guess we have a couple extra pieces again. Yep, it's... it literally, we're just... taking all of these. Is it just pour all of them in? Is that all this is? This is all this is. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it wants us to just mix them all up. So I should have just taken this out. Just to give some variety to the soil. So I'm gonna attempt this best I can. Did not drop any of these on the floor. So I'm not chasing them later. There's one. But I think, yeah, that one stayed in the chair, so at least I can have it pretty easy. Across the room. You're hanging out in chat. Let me know, what are you excited about for 2022? I'm excited to get to more, like I said, some more Super Nintendo RPGs is definitely a thing I want to do more of this year. I know the most like super riveting part of this, but looking forward to those. I'm looking forward to well, dropped one. One made it to the floor, and it probably rolled across the room. Once again, I'm not sure because it's dark under the table. I don't know. When I find it, I'll just throw it in somewhere. It's one piece. I'm not super worried about one piece, especially where it's. I don't want to say it's less important, but it's not like it's a structural piece. It's just, you know, we're literally just going to dump this in like it's cereal. See, we're already losing pieces trying to dump them in nicely. The second time I've seen, here's just a bunch of discs, just pour them in. Make it look like rocks and dirt. You can still see the roots. Hello. But, you know, since now you can't see the bottom, it's covered up a little more. Oh, there's a bunch more. Alright, yeah, so... I'm just gonna do all of it. I'm just gonna... Because, you know, I don't yet know how easy it's gonna be to, like, pop the stuff on and off. I'm just gonna do this. And then... yeah, go from there. Okay. It seems like it's going to be a pretty quick set. Maybe I'll figure something out to do after. Maybe. We'll see how I'm feeling. But we're going to grab part 4 here and just see how easy it is to assemble and disassemble this. Because I do want to assemble the green, but then I want to take it apart and I want to do the pink. I want to have the spring blossom even though it's, you know, winter right now. Great. Split this up a little bit at least. place into green, brown, and these smaller green pieces. And I also want to see how easy it is to remove, so I'm going to try to keep as many of the greens together as I can when I throw the stuff in the bag. So if I do feel like having, changing it out, I can. Or if it turns out this is a giant pain, then I will never do that again. I'll just buy another one, which I'm already kind of considering. I've seen Chris, That's How UF Rolls. Was it Chris or was it Steve? No, I can't remember. It was one of those Florida guys. Did the same thing. They have both. Also, these are the, these specifically are the other, like, sugarcane-based pieces, and the versions of these in the white set are the same. Or in the lighter set. Okay. That goes like that, and then that slides on here. So we're going to do this 3 times, so we'll just try to do them all at once. Probably because this is each of the leaves on each branch. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Will fully confess I got sidetracked. So yes, D&D last night got wild because we're kind of just doing sort of a wind down. Wind down role play. Seemed like an easy session, and then we foolishly left the thing that we were sent to get after we found out that we could keep it as long as we tried to broker some trade for the person who sent us to get it. When we accidentally left that item behind while we went to broker said trade, it got stolen. We went chasing after people who stole it. Kind of got murder hobo-y. I don't know if that was the intent, but we definitely got a little murder hobo-y. But we got our thing back. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, especially with someone clarifying what the hell we just did. It's like, well, yeah, we might have gone too far this time, guys. I'll probably, when we're not in earshot of them, I will probably mention it to the party. That might have been too much. Like, I understand, but we definitely, we didn't even try diplomacy before the proverbial guns came, and literal guns came out. Let's not forget that one of our, a member of our party is a gunslinger, so proverbial, but also literal guns. Okay, so that all those brown pieces were these little self-contained. It's here. Okay. And then basically we're building that same kind of leaf unit we made before, where is clip, and then a leaf. Man, I just didn't want to go. One of these to seal it. I need 9 of these total, so it's probably all of these leaves. And then I'm assuming probably from there is where we start decorating with the other leaves and stuff. Yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so all of these need same setup. So it's going to take me a minute just to put all these together. Honestly, this has gone faster than I expected for being like 800 pieces, but so many of the pieces are teeny tiny that it makes sense. It's a lot of little pieces. Like the pirate ship was pretty similar because they're, I think it was like 900 pieces, but 200 or 300 of them are just the little studs that make up the water in the bottle. That, I mean, that one was not as quick, but you know, we still have 2 bags to open, but like, you know, it already feels like we're getting pretty close to the end. It's not even. Oh, Lemon, what's up? How's it going? Let me move this a little bit so I actually. Oh, camera settings are screwing me up. I couldn't quite see who was actually in chat just because of the way things are set up at the moment. Lemon, hello. We are in Zen mode. We've gone pretty quick. This build was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, being an 800 plus piece. 800 plus piece, like 18 plus model, but I think it's 18 plus 1 because of all the tiny pieces, and 2 just because maybe the subject matter? I don't know. You know, or, you know, it's just intended more for an adult. It's not really a model you play with, necessarily. Okay, so these all attach. I see these 2. Did I miss a claw? I couldn't have missed a claw on these. Oh no, one does go on the top claw. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, okay, so they become kind of a fan shape. Okay. It's kind of points in between. It seems like it's going to be pretty easy to disassemble, which is cool. More. Okay, so then somehow these attach. Oh, by the specific piece that's designed to attach them, by the little axle. Hello? Please attach there. Go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how they have it arranged. Yeah, okay. And then I just kind of lay these on however I want, I guess. Technical rhyme or reason to this, just sort of give the sleeves however I see fit. I kind of wish that the leaves and stuff were put on before I had assembled everything, but no. What do you do? Yeah, so I guess it's just decoration. For the bronze. Yeah, I kind of wish that there was like a way that I wanted this done, and it told me how to do it before I put it on the tree, but that's just me. I guess it's just however I feel like doing it. You can do a Sakura bonsai tree, and that's actually what we're going to do next. I just wanted to get the kind of these base pieces on first, and then you know, from there assemble the kind of the main tree or the Sakura trees. That's what I'm going to keep it on, probably for display. As cool as the normal is, I'd rather have the Sakura. Plus, it is order of operations, and it has 4 and 5 are separate. You know, the bonsai, the normal bonsai, and the Sakura bonsai are like separate things. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is just however I want it. That's part of the experience. Is just. Oh, because those are little buds too. Got them, not just studs. They're actually like little flower buds. Just got some extra to put wherever I feel like. Oh. I'm definitely taking the Zen part of this a little serious at the moment. Just sort of relaxing and putting this together. Because, I mean, putting together Lego anyway is definitely my Zen space. That's definitely the spot where I'm most chill. The fact that I'm doing so with making a bonsai tree definitely ups that a bit. Okay, so whoop, I gotta be careful. There's a lot of loose pieces. That is our finished tree. I can't angle it any better. I might have to hold it up when I'm done, but that's the... Alright. Forgot I turned it so it's more this way. I don't know how I can hold this and support it. I might just have to hold it up after, like switch the camera back to where it belongs. Because if I turn it too much, it's gonna spill. There's our green what we're going to each of these off. They're super easy actually to remove. Is nice. Just pop each of these off. That was a little tougher. And this is just pop, and there we go. We just have a nice clean base now. Run over. Yeah, I mean, Lego has always been a relaxation thing for me, so. open bag 5, which is our Sakura stuff. Cherry Blossom and Froggy stuff. It's back together and throw it away. Ox. Okay. And again, I want to separate. Also, it mentions these were actually doll handlebars, according to the instructions. It's neat that these instructions seem like are mentioning exactly how and why certain pieces were repurposed. Like the roots of the tree or tree trunk or elephant trunks actually originally. These branches, like a branchier tree, it seems like. Oh, this is totally going to be the fiddlier of the two. I can already tell, because there's so many smaller branches as opposed to the first set. Alright, our branches together. I'm organizing this a little better this time. Yeah, because this looks like these are the 3 units we're going to be putting together in a minute here. Lego Zen Garden would be interesting. I'd be curious on how they'd pull that off. Alright, and we have Cherry Blossoms. And we got more brown pieces, so we'll try and separate those out. And the 3 axles, which will be how we pop the on and off very easily. 6 of these, so those come in handy. Claws, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be 3 units again. We have our. Unless this stuff is too far over. Nope, not really. Tiny tree arms, and then finally, where am I gonna put these? The problem is I have all of this space I'm not using. I'm trying to keep everything kind of close so I'm not reaching over too much. So I also have this frog army. A bunch of the cherry blossoms aren't cherry blossoms, they're actually frogs. It's a trademark of the designer, I found out, to hide frogs in his design. And this time he just didn't hide them at all. There are as I understand, 100 frogs in that pile. And there is actually this froggy here hiding in the tree. It's hard to see, again, just because of the camera angle and stuff. I try to not have this just be overhead. It really just kind of is. Yeah, it's not going to focus there, but it is a little frog. Okay, let us begin. Bag 5. Start with some tree arms immediately. Oh, wrong way? I have this wrong way. Arms are up. Go in either direction. Nope. Extra branches. Oh, this one, at least some of them is actually going to decorate as I go, which is exactly what I wanted. Definitely feels like it's going to be a more fragile. Okay, it probably helps if I put it the right way. Feels like it's going to be a more fragile set than the others. One's pointing more or less down. Rogue Zone? Or not? Lapping. frog on each one. Oh, I'm saying a frog. Way. See, this is where all the time in this is going to go, is just trying to place all these frogs. The other thing is just that, like, you know, these are free rotating, so the more I'm pushing down on them, the more... Oh, there are 2 more frogs? Oh, because there's one on each capstone for each one. Kind of keep the branches in place. That makes sense. Oh, the end of each one. That makes sense. It's an actual cherry blossom. It is. It's totally a frog army. This tree is covered in frogs. And this is the piece that will be right in the center here. Oh, sorry, the center. Go. First frogs. Okay, so it looks like it does actually decorate them this time. So, once again, we are designing as we go here. We're building 3 units at once, so I'm just going to do that. Rather than it building this, going back several pages, redoing it, I'm just going to do them all at once. They all get one of these. I need to hydrate. Oh, so I figured out, and by figured out, I mean I watched a speed run of We're Back at Dinosaur Story, and any percent doesn't seem like, you know, no one was explaining it, but it doesn't seem like there are any, like, major game-breaking glitches. It just seems like it's down to execution, which is, I thought was super interesting. Yeah, I was, like, 2 jumps away from the end of that level I was stuck on. All I had to do was get on that moving platform and jump to the platform on the other side, and that's where the ending was. It's actually more frustrating that I didn't get there. Maybe someday, on my own, I'll go back and try and beat it legit, but... it doesn't seem like the game gets any better. And I saw the final boss, and it's this weird thing where you have to, like, dodge away from him and hit platforms to hit switches. Like, you don't actually hit the boss directly. It seems so bizarre. Like, I'm not upset that we didn't end up beating him. Just because it seems so bonkers of a final boss. Oh, I see. This gets one. This. Which one? A dino game? Yeah. I found out I was like 2 jumps away from beating that level I was stuck on. I just couldn't execute because the platforming is awful in that game. It's just, you know, when you're used to good platformers, playing a really bad one and trying to figure out what they're trying to convey to you in that crappy platformer, it's just not, you know, it just gets frustrating. And I definitely hit an actual frustration point with it. All right, so Yeah, so this is gonna be like the rest of the build almost. Is I have this arrangement. Yeah, it's more or less I'm gonna be rebuilding the same thing I built before, but the next but 9 times in a row now. So you know, I'll just do each unit individually, but this is the tedium. This actually does have build instructions. Oh yeah, I mean it was an old game, and we had good platforms. We had like Mario, all the Mario game platformers. It's just that one was a terrible platformer. It's just like the physics weren't thought out correctly. Like that's the easiest way I can explain it. It's like they didn't factor in things like momentum into the physics of the game. So you know, anytime you land a jump, you stop. You don't carry any forward momentum. So you can't like chain jumps together very well because you have to get back up to speed. Frog on each capstone, kind of keep it in place. And of each here. That's power. It's 1 unit. Get on the way to suppose. Wish. Although, you know, the bonsai tree, they don't have to be perfect. You know, it's something like that. Like that. I have to do it 8 more times. I mean, they created it to get a cash grab because I mean it was just a cash grab company. It was just a licensed cash grab company, to put it bluntly. Like High Tech Expressions, you know, they made the Barbie NES game. They made at least the publisher, the developer was Visual Creations, who nowadays, if you want a high watermark of what Visual Creations done, the last game that they made, WWE 2K20. I mean, I know they're working on 2K22, but and if you want to an idea of the quality that they're doing. So if you're not up on that story, basically what happened was the people who made the actual wrestling engine for the WWE games, and has been since forever, a company called Ukes, left. They took their proverbial ball and went home. So they were reliant on, you know, their in-house team, which had worked with them on it, but definitely didn't have the same nuance for making a professional wrestling game as as Ukes does. It's like the only thing Ukes is. It might not be the only thing, but it's one of the only things that Ukes has been making for years and years and years. So it was just a buggy mess, and the problem now with at least the wrestling games is just that keep firing everyone. So we're getting to a point where it's like, who is even in this game? Just need to add the cherry blossoms on the end. This will be Unit 2. Every 3 of these will go onto one of these, and will go on the tree as a branch. Number 3. Pink frogs in my dreams tonight. Pinky purple frogs. They look like raspberry candy. Like it's that color. And everything's a little oversaturated because I was trying to get some more color into the webcam, but more color and more brightness in the webcams. It was definitely dark when I started. That's how it's supposed to be, and they're just not ending up that way, but if they're not perfect, it's fine. Froggy candy, right? I mean, they make gummy frogs. Gummy frogs are interesting. It's like they're texturally a little strange. Because it's like it's a tougher, almost like powdery gummy. On one end. Like the bottoms are kind of a tougher gummy, and then the bottoms are like a tougher gummy, the tops are kind of regular. Oh, that reminds me. A thing I wanted to complain about. And I promise I'm not just complaining for complaining's sake. I got sweet and sour hearts from Haribo. And I'm all about Haribo. So I found these Valentine sweet and sour Haribo. Because I like the sweet and sour snakes they do. There we go. 3. So we can actually now should I do it the other way? I should do the other way, so it shuts out a bit more. I want to arrange these. Well, this one pleated for a branch system. Alright. Third of the way there. Yeah, Haribo Twin Snakes are sweet and sour. Like it's two like gummy snakes stuck together, and one is a little more sour, one's a little more sweet. And they have different flavors to them. I don't remember what the flavors are. But then these are just like little hearts. And like I think like the more opaque are sour and the more translucent are sweet, or vice versa. They taste like nothing. I was so confused at how aggressively nothing they taste like. Like, the sweet are vaguely sweet and nothing, just like gelatin. And the sour are vaguely sour, so it just tastes like malic acid or whatever, citric acid or whatever they're using, and nothing. To the point where, like, they actually kind of coated my tongue. And I got a little freaked out because I couldn't taste anything for a bit because my tongue was so coated by the nothing, by the like lack of flavor, that I had a hard time tasting other things, and I thought I was getting sick. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little nervous that maybe I had caught COVID or something, because I had these things that tasted like nothing, and now, you know, like I'm drinking my water, which right now I just have plain water, but we have water flavors. And I was having a hard time picking up the flavor of the water flavors. The only thing I can figure is that my tongue was so coated by the nothing that because I tried them later and then tried something else, and it was the same thing. I had a hard time distinguishing the actual flavor. And I think it's literally that they're so bland. They're so nothing that the sugars, or if they're using artificial sugars, like the artificial sweetener coated my tongue, so all I was tasting was that being washed away, which tasted like nothing. So, yeah, I freaked out a little bit yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled with those. I was actually disappointed that, because again, I'm usually all about Haribo, but these are just a miss. These are not good. They're not good. They're not bad. They're nothing. Also, we paid extra because it was like a double bag. Haribo makes a lot of good stuff though. Like I really like um I really like the berries. I don't know what it is. I've really gotten into like crunchy jelly beans. Jelly beans with a candy coating. They make so the berries are really good. The twin snakes are great. Star Mix is fantastic, but I don't know what the thought process was with the hearts. But I wish they had given it a flavor, any sort of real flavor. I would go get them to show you, but like, to put this table in here, I've basically made myself a cubicle, and I don't want to bump everything. Okay, I'll try to remember where on this one went. And our frog army is being deployed and depleting. At least the backstock is depleting. Get closer and closer to finishing this. They still have 4 units to make, so I kind of just passed halfway. But I'm also kind of half keeping an eye on text to roleplay while we finish up stuff from last night. Because we have a group that will unprompted just text roleplay. It's one of the best things. This is on backwards. What it's worth. I'm literally just like looking at this one picture of the frogs and just repeating it. But yeah, no, Haribo makes a lot of great stuff. It's just that one was kind of a miss. I also, at the same time, though, got winter truffles that are dark chocolate outside and strawberry inside. So good. Because it's like... Because they're actually like a really good natural strawberry flavor. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a good unnatural strawberry flavor. Not gonna lie. Like, I have no problem with like strawberry candies. It definitely tastes fake, but this was just a really good like real strawberry flavor, and that was super nice. There is definitely a difference between, 2/3 done. There's definitely a difference between like fake, fake strawberry and real strawberry. Bite into a real strawberry and then bite into a strawberry Starburst. And you can see what they were going for, but you can tell it's not the same flavor. It's an attempt. trying to think of what artificial flavor is the closest to like what it's trying to be. I'm not sure what it is. Also, I say watermelon, but I feel like fake watermelon is always a stronger flavor than real watermelon. At least any melon I've had. I mean, I've had some really good melon, but like they go so aggressive on fake flavors. Oh, get a thing? Oh. No, not really. Sorry, I saw my phone light up out of the corner of my eye. It's like, oh, anything interesting? Nah. Just like Tinder going, you think you've tried a Linder truffle? Oh, you should. They're good. You know, I mean, it's just a chocolate with a softer inside unless you put them in the fridge or the freezer, and then they firm up. Right. The penultimate set of branches. Lint would be the brand for truffles. Lindt. Kind of the same, very similar bag to like Ghirardelli chocolates. The little round ones. Here, I got the ones on the center. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any extra decoration this time. Looks like this one's a little smarter. They're having the decorations happen right on the tree, which means these are a little more covered, but it's fine. Nothing wrong with order. All right, last one. And is that basically it? Yes. Once we put these on the tree, the Sakura will be done, and then we just need to build a base for it. That's the final step. Bag 6 was a little hard to see right now under the captions, but we'll crack that open here briefly. Okay. Last set of branches. As what 10? It's not even 12:30 yet. A linter. They're called Linder truffles. Lindor. I'd actually put it up right up there. By Lindt. Nope, that one got wrong. Lindt. Lindt. Linder truffles. The captions are figuring it out. If you need me to, I can turn and type it in chat, but I think it all popped up on the thing. Linder, yes. The way you put it in chat. Linder. But like that's the name of the truffles, but the brand is Lindt. Honestly, depending on where you live, you might even be able to find a store. I know they have specific retail locations. I know where mine is. And not that I'm up that way much anyway, but it's definitely like, I'm not going to go in there, so I don't buy a ton of chocolate. I'm not filling to-go bags with pick-a-mix Linder truffles. totally a thing they sell in stores. It is totally dangerous. I think if Alina was here, she'd back me up on that. It is totally dangerous. Well, we actually... I don't think I missed any, so I think we actually have an extra cherry blossom, which is fine. Don't mind the occasional extra part here. Although no extra frogs. Used exactly as many frogs as we had. Yes, we have an extra cherry blossom. I'm just gonna put it... That's kind of isn't a good place with all the frogs. Alright, anyway. Put our last sets of branches on here. Okay. So now... this will attach to each of the branches. I can already tell looking at it. Even if it wasn't the little bit of silliness that these are frogs and not just all cherry blossoms. Just from the color contrast, I like the Sakura look more. But I would still totally put together the, I would totally put together the, or like get another one, maybe someday, and put together the one to be green, so I had both. Again, it's one of those, I don't think I can quite hold it up so you can see it from my level. Or, what I could do. Hi. Hello, I'm upside down. Surprise. I could bring the camera down. Still plugged in? Okay. Camera down to here. Actually, probably more like here. So you can see it a little better, and also... see. Here we go, and I need to rotate it because I had it flipped upside down so you can see it better. Whoop. I flipped the wrong things. Sorry, hold on. There we go. Sorry, can't. What is this? Is the alert box? Why the heck over there? Camera. Oh, it's like the last layer. Okay. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So now you can see. That's what it should look like. And again, everything's a little extra saturated. Also, you can see kind of what's behind me, or usually to my left. In temperature, we have our Molly piece of Zag and Thanatos. I put in a fancy frame for lulz. Also because I just really love this piece. Joe's headset's back there. These are extra life medals. We get to add one to this. I'm so excited. But yeah. So that's the Sakura version of our bonsai tree. And I just need to pop these off, which is super easy. A little tougher than the others, but for the most part, super easy. I can just trim those off. And pop each of these on. Now it's maybe more traditional bonsai. Green leaves. Well, I like the Sakura better, so we're gonna stick with that for its main look. I like how easy this is to assemble and disassemble, and this honestly probably was the camera angle I should have just started with, but maybe we'll do this from now on, but not with all of the camera nonsense that I put my poor camera through today. Also, just like the amount of cover is a little better with the cherry blossoms, I feel like. But yeah, I can sit here, arrange all the leaves exactly how I want. Awesome. But yeah, that's our tree. Yeah, I definitely like this Sakura better, but we're gonna a little further. Set it there for now because we still have a bag to go. So get rid of our one last bag. Well, this is our last bag, so we have smaller pieces in here. Yeah, because this has a platform it sits on. It's weird to me that the platform is one last build, but whatever. Like, it's weird to me that this wasn't like the first thing we built, but what do I know? Okay. Yeah, it's a little harder to like see everything in this angle. You can see what I'm building, but you can't see what's on the tape. So it's a weird trade-off. Still kind of, whoops, it's kind of working out how exactly I want the camera. Okay. Slide you over here for now. You'll see the green leaves a little bit. Okay, so we're building up this last little platform to put our tree on. Sorry, I got lost in my head a moment there. I have D&D and stuff is stuff was happening in our text RP. I'm thinking like how I might want to respond, but I think it's going to happen too quickly before I can. Longer pieces to shore this up a bit. Oh, I'm doing 2 of these, and then they're going to... I see. I didn't see the 2 times until now. Alright, so I gotta redo that, basically. Yeah, it's like 3 pages, so I can do it all over again. That's why there's so many of these bench pieces. I always call these bench pieces. You know, these little, like, L shapes. They just look like benches. Like, I already see what they're going with this. They're, you know... What's gonna happen is... They're gonna... Spots. That, like... This one's going to turn this way and attach to this one to become one platform. Yep, and then this guy. Whoop. I guarantee. Yep. They're gonna kind of weave together like this. And that's the majority of our base here. Oh, and then we're shoring up the inside with long pieces. All right, now more tedium because we have 28 of these that we need to place. Nope, not that one. So nails today. Just like this with one between one. Because this is going to be where our slats will be for the top of this little bench. So we're back to tedium. Because, you know, it's just placing one kind of piece over and over. Described pattern. Not that I mind it, but it's just like, well, this is going to take a hot minute. Go. Starting to become hard to find because a lot of them are this size, but it's between ones that have one stud, ones that have two studs, and then ones that have no studs and look like the little treasure, like the little gold bars or chocolate bars, like I was talking about earlier. It's hard to find them. One more somewhere. At least they're supposed to. Oh, there is. Let's say there's one more somewhere. There we go. All 28. Oh, okay. And then fill the other spots in with these. Yep. All these filled with these pieces. Just giving it a quick straightening. It doesn't. It might be the table, but like it doesn't feel flat. But that easily could just be the table, too. Could be that this table's work. This table's old. I think we might have... I'm trying to remember what we got this table for originally. If we got this for D&D or if this was something else. Because I think... If I remember right, we used this table and our dining room table, which was a little round 4-person table at the time. Technically, my sister-in-law still has that. I don't know if it's something we'll get back from her, honestly. Like, I have a feeling she's going to be able to borrow it permanently, but that's a guess. I don't know what our plan is as far as that table goes. We just don't have room for a table in here, like a dining room table in here. And by here, I mean the entire apartment. That's 5. I need 13 of these. 6. And then eventually she found 7. She found the big long table we used to use for D&D, and I think I even used to assemble the VW van once upon a time. Sadly, I forgot to save that build. That was a fun one. The VW camper van was a fun build. I lost count. Am I at 9 now? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm at 10. Okay, so it should only be 3 more. Okay, and then each of these go on the slats that we made before, right? Or are they going on the other one? Oh, oh, no, I'm sorry. It goes on each of these. I see. It specifically designed it so it had slats, so it wasn't just a solid piece. It was a little more accurate. You know, it goes better with the bonsai look that we're going for. Also, it kind of just looks like a Kit Kat bar. I used to have a D&D table. We gave it back to my sister-in-law because it just doesn't fit. It was a huge table. Like, I want to say it was 120 inches long. It was a very long table. But also, we had an in-person D&D game at the time, and we needed a really long table for it because we had 7 people, I think, when we started with. 6 or 7, including the DM. I think so. And that eventually whittled down to like 4 people. Eventually, it was just Joe and I. You know, it was Joe, myself, our friend Kyle, Laura's friend, or Laura's friends Arthur, Trevor, and Tim. So it was 7 total. By the end, it was just Joe and I, Kyle, and yeah, and then Laura's friend Arthur had to step away. But we added someone whose name escapes me at the moment, a friend of Tim's, and friend of Tim's or friend of Kyle? I think friend of Tim's. He eventually stepped away from the game, and then Tim stepped away from the game. Even after we got online, he stepped away because he just, with the pandemic and with being a de facto manager at the grocery store he worked at, he just got too busy. You know, which happens. Life happens. Okay. Weird one. So yeah, by the end there was only like 4 of us left, and yeah, we made it work as long as we could, and then just hit a point where it wasn't working no more. So we definitely like wrapped the whole story kind of early because it had enough meat on the proverbial bones that it could have gone there a long time. The module we were using came with special rule sets or special like extra adventures if we wanted to add, and we wound up just kind of throwing those elements in and wrapping it in a really silly way. All right. Anyway, speaking of wrapping, that wraps up our tree. Pretty little bow. This is the base I was talking about. Now we have this cool little Zen base that we can set the tree on. Lower this, raise the camera a bit. Also, you can see all the stuff underneath. But yeah, that's our tree covered in frogs and a little oversaturated, and my poor Band-Aid finger. It kind of had a silly ending. It was more just we just kind of hurried to get the end done instead of. It was one of those. I think it would have taken us like 5 more levels, and instead we just kind of wrapped it up as conveniently. The end of the adventure, the end of the extended adventure is happening in the same place as the end of the regular adventure. We had the 2 last boss fights at the very end, basically. Oh, and then they show like other ways if I had other things I could I could, like, use the branches for. That's cool. That was a good set. That was a really good set. And less than 2 hours was definitely quicker than I expected for an 800-piece Lego set, but, you know, it's a beautiful set. I would absolutely consider buying another one so I could have one always be the green leaf set. Alright. Well, y'all, I'm gonna switch this out to here. I'm just gonna wrap up today. Like I said, I'm rocking kind of a headache. It's not so bad right now, but there's nothing I really want to jump into at this point. I'll come up with a game for tomorrow. We might actually start. We'll find. I'll find something to do tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me today. When I know what I'm going to play, I will let you know on social media. You know, we'll go from there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks for letting me do things like this. Thanks for letting me kind of sit and put some Lego together. It's a very fun way to just kind of unwind. Like, you know, some folks it's like jigsaw puzzles or crosswords or something. For me, it's Lego. Lego is the thing I do to like recenter, to just relax and put some stuff together for a while. For the most part, until I drop a piece and it was missing, and you know, mad. That was the sound of me putting all the extras. Hey, Shellshock. Since you're just getting here, I'll switch the camera back real quick, but then I'm actually heading out. Because we are done. This set is way comes together a lot quicker than I thought it would, but here's our completed Sakura tree that I don't know how cameras work, so I'm gonna push it closer so you can see it better. Our frog army is strong. Because it's all froggies. It's super pretty. And there's also, it does come with branches, so I could have it be green instead of Sakura, but at the same time, if I only have one, then I'm gonna keep it this because it's just prettier. But I am very tempted to buy a second one, put that together. And then, because I think it was Chris, I think it was That's How UF Rolls, who, yes, it was That's Who UF Rolls, has both of them. So, or, like, he has two specifically so he can have one Sakura and one green. And it's a little tempting to get another one for that reason, so I can have both. But yeah, you know, I really liked how this one came together. Like the way all of this stuff came together. Like the trunk was super fascinating. This got a little tedious, I'm not gonna lie. Just putting together all the leaves got a little tedious, but like the way the trunk came together was really fascinating. This coming together was really fascinating. It's a great set. 100% recommend. I think it's normally only $50 too. Like, especially for an 800-piece Lego, that's not terrible. But I think last I checked, you can get it on Amazon for like $40. So, totally recommend this set. This is definitely a recommend if you're interested in doing a Lego set. If you're interested in doing something a little more botanical, a little more organic than just the, you know, the fairly standard cars, buildings, etc. All right. That's going to do it for me, though, today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will have something for you tomorrow. Bye for now.